Hey everybody, did you see my first Aimoptic red dot sight video? Well, stick around, we'll show you the updated version. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is RAS Reviews. I am Raf, and on this channel we say don't spend your hard-earned money on something that may not fit your needs. Let me try it out for you first, help you decide whether or not it's something that you want to buy. Now today's review is sponsored by Aimoptic. They provided the red dot sight for me to test, and no other form of compensation was provided. All the thoughts are my own thoughts. I have not been told to say anything or that I can't say anything. So this will be my own personal review. Okay, so at the time that I got this sight, it was not released yet, so it did not have a name. So forgive me as I look into my email to tell you what the name of this one is. This is the Aimoptic HD41-86. So just as before, it is a red dot sight. It does have a magnifier. The actual specs for the red dot sight itself, the HD41, it's a one-time magnifier, has a 21mm objective lens diameter, 11 different light intensity levels controlled by a mechanical rotary switch. The zeroing distance is 50 yards. The dimensions of the product are 76mm long, 44mm wide, and 53mm high. The weight is 4.7 ounces, and it takes a CR2032 battery, which we'll talk more about later. And then when it comes to the magnifier itself, it is a 3x magnification. It's 9.7 ounces. 4 inches long, and it's made out of anodized aluminum. So first things first, this is the case that it came in for me. Not sure if it's going to be the same case that ships, but it was a well padded case. Inside the case itself, you have your magnifier, your red dot, a smaller plate, and a front and a rear flip-up sights. Those are mechanical sights. Okay, so first we'll talk about the laser itself. So on the bottom you have a locking system that will fit on a picnic rail system. Your windage and your elevation controls have these little caps that are screw-on, and then the adjustments are made with a flat tip screwdriver. So both your elevation and windage are on there. Now, as it mentioned, it does have this rotary dial here to increase or decrease the intensity of the red dot, obviously to turn it on and off. So there's 11 different levels there. We'll take a look at that with the action camera. But yep, that's the sight. And then your magnifier, again, has quick release mounting system for the picnic rail system. You have an adjustment knob, and then again your windage and elevation have screw-on covers, and again it's adjusted with a flat tip screwdriver. Oh, forgot about the mechanical sights. So these mechanical sights will go on your firearm. They go at a cant, and we'll see that when it's installed, and they are flip up, and not sure how well you can see, but they do have luminance. And then the rear sight has a large and a small aperture. All right, so let's take a look at the install. First, as always, first thing we'll do is keeping the firearm in a safe direction. We'll ensure that it's clear, and it is. Okay, so first things first, I always start with the magnifier, so that way I can get it as far back as possible and then be in good sorts for the red dot. So it's easy to tell, whatever side has the adjustment ring, that's the side that should go towards your eye. So we'll just kind of put it on there at a cant, and then close that lever, and then it's in place. If it wiggles at all when you first put it on, there is a adjustment screw here, flat tip, and you can tighten it against the picnic rail. So these are designed to flip down when you need to use it, and flip out of the way when you don't need to use it. All right, so next we'll go ahead and put the red dot itself on. So on the red dot, you have one side that looks like a screen and the other side is clear. The side that's clear will go towards your firing eye. So I'm just going to rest it right against the magnifier, and again, just lock it down in place and it's all secure. So easy peasy, all installed. Now we'll take a look at these backup sights. So normally you wouldn't carry your regular mechanical sights if you have them. You would just use these. So it's going to look a little bit wonky because I'm going to put the rear sight up here. I don't want to take off my flip up sights, and we'll talk about something about those a little bit later on. So for the sights, like I said, they're going to go out of cant. I'll have mine canted off to the right. And then you'll take an Allen key. This is a 4mm. Tighten it down. And then we'll do the same for the front. And there you go, all nice and quickly assembled. Okay, so the flip sights obviously work just as that. There's a button that will flip up the front and rear, and then they stay locked in place. You'll just push that button to set them back down. All right, let's go ahead and get an action cam and see if we can't take a look down at that laser. All right, so there we are at 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. And then let's see if we can't get this here. All right, there's 11. As you can see, there's kind of some glare there at 11, so we'll put that down some. See if I can't get a better shot there for you. So a little bit hard to see through there with the magnifier. But let's take a look at these mechanical sights. And here is the view of your mechanical sights. Forward sight post in there too. But as you can see, can't really get the front one in there too, but as you can see, it does have green dots for the rear sight and an orange dot for the front sight. So as I mentioned, these are offset sights. So if I'm using the firearm and I have an issue with my sights, I can just cant the weapon and utilize those flip-up mechanical sights instead. So the sights for their adjustments, the back one has dials for your windage, and then your front sight post, we'll use a normal front sight post tool, and that will give you your elevation for up and down. So some of the things that have changed from the original one to this one is, like we mentioned, it has the 2032 battery in there, which if you're not familiar, that's really kind of like, I call them the coin battery, but you know, like the large watch size battery. The thing that I like about that is that the batteries are much cheaper, and at times they can be a lot easier to find. So definitely a pro on that one. Another difference, if you remember before on the other one, for the red dot and the reticle, you saw the circle with the crosshairs. Not a huge fan of that. Also, there was kind of a lot of glare on that one. With the single red dot, you don't get that glare, so definitely like that. Good. Sights in pretty easy. No issues there at the range with it. I did not zero in the mechanical sights, and I'll explain why. So I'm not a big fan of offset sights. For me, I just have a hard time keeping the same cheek stock weld when I'm shooting that way. It's not very comfortable for me, so I don't use them, which brings me to really the only problem that I have with the system is that with my flip-up sights here, I can't see my front sight post with this because this sits a little bit too high. So what I would really like is if there was a couple different size, because remember, it comes with this smaller base plate, But that brings it down, number one, too low. I still can't see the sights because then the top part of the eyepiece covers the front sight post instead of the bottom. So if there was like and then the other thing is with this flat piece, then your red dot sits too low for the magnifier. So I just wish there was a couple other sizes in between, so that way I could maintain my current flip up sights. So it probably won't live on that firearm. I'll probably put it on my other firearm and just maintain the old UH1 on this firearm, because with the UH1 I can still utilize my flip up sights. It's just the right size for that. So, but again, this is a budget friendly, you know, there's plenty other red dots out there. Not going to say they're any better or they're any worse, because I don't know. I don't test a whole bunch of red dots. But I know if you go off of price and say that cost more is better, then there's going to be plenty better options out there for you. But if you're like me, you're just a recreational shooter, just have it for home self-defense, it's a good entry level, spend a couple $100 for a red dot sight. So I'll put a link for everything down in the description below. If you have any questions that I didn't go over during the review, please put those down in the comment sections and I'll get to them as quick as I can. And of course, if there's anything else that you want to see reviewed, please put that down in the comment section below. If there is something that you want reviewed, I ask, please put down if there's something specific that you want me to test out on it for you, so that way I can get that answered for you during the review. Other than that, that's going to do it. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time. Bye.